Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of How I Would Have Done It. This week, we're going to be exploring none other than Wonder Woman, DC's leading lady. So, you all saw what I would have done with Batman in the DCEU last week, and this week, we're going to go through with Wonder Woman if it were set in the same kind of universe as I would have done Batman in. Well, firstly, I'd make the movie in present day. I wouldn't make it during the First World War, because to me that was a mistake. I really don't like prequels. There's always something that they get wrong. There's always a tiny detail that they always get wrong. I'm just really weird that way. When I make a story, I try to make sure that everything is consistent. Secondly, I'd have something different in store for the Olympian Pantheon. So, start the movie showing a young Diana running around in Themyscira and causing havoc while Antiope chases her around the citadel. Diana is eventually caught by her mother Hippolyta, and Antiope stands awkwardly. Hippolyta looks at Antiope for a while before carrying Diana away. Diana says that she just wanted to see the city and explore a little bit. Hippolyta tells her that she will in time and that it was too early for her, that she had to be studying. Diana is disappointed in that and crosses her arms. That night, it's shown that Diana did study and she was in bed, with Hippolyta explaining to a young Diana the story of the gods and the creation of man and the Amazons. After the war against the Titans, in which Zeus defeated Cronus and imprisoned him, Zeus created mankind and blessed them with many things. Ares, feeling jealous of mankind's gifts and favorable view, corrupted humanity by introducing the concept of war and violence to it. Zeus grew angry with humanity and almost destroyed it completely, but Athena pleaded with him not to do it. With so much violence in the world, Ares became more powerful and even staged an attack against Olympus, using humanity as his army in order to spite the thunder god. Zeus destroyed them all and struck Ares with a deathly blow. Zeus then decided to close off Olympus from humanity and would no longer be directly involved with us anymore, and Athena worried that this would leave mankind defenseless. She convinced Hera to give the Amazons a home in the land of man in order to watch over it and protect it. Zeus complied, and Themyscira was made and given to them, hidden from the rest of the world. The Amazons were given the island and were given a weapon capable of killing even gods. Hippolyta shows Diana the weapon, a sword. Diana asks, "What happened to Ares?" Hippolyta says that Ares was destroyed. Diana asks if the world is a better place, and Hippolyta tells her that that's not an answer she can give just yet. Cut to a scene where Hippolyta and Antiope are talking about Diana and the potential she has. Hippolyta is berating Antiope for indulging her antics and encouraging her to lead a dangerous life. Antiope says that Diana could be the best of them and that Hippolyta isn't helping her at all. Hippolyta says that Diana has to be different from the rest of them and to stand out. Before Antiope replies, she notices that Diana is watching them from afar. Hippolyta goes towards her and Diana runs away. She looks back at Antiope. The next day, Hippolyta speaks to Diana and tells her that since she wants to be a fighter so bad and is bad at following instructions, she sees that it's best for her to undergo military Amazon training after all, in order to be disciplined and to follow her dreams. Hippolyta warns her that this will be a turning point in her life and that she can't ever turn back from this decision, no matter what. Diana says that she's ready for it. In front of her, Hippolyta tells Antiope to train her harder than she has ever trained anyone before, and harder still. She tells Antiope not to let up no matter what and create a warrior greater than any other in history. After that, show a training montage identical to the movie. After the montage, show that Diana is casually strolling on the island and sees a plane crashing into the sea. She swims towards it and saves the pilot and brings him to shore. Have it be just like the movie. Have the scene play just like the movie, but instead of Germans, it's Kurakis. You know, from the nation of Kurak in DC. The battle goes exactly the same way as the movie, and some of the events after. When Steve is interrogated, he explains that it's a war between Kurak and Bialya. He's an American spy and was sent to look into the war between Kurak and Bialya. It's a border dispute that erupted into an all-out war between the two neighboring countries, and he discovered that the Kurakis have some sort of weapon that's a threat to the world. And when he was leaving with that information, he was chased, and that's how he ended up there. Things go just like the movie, where Diana thinks that it's Ares pulling strings behind all this, and her claims are dismissed because Hippolyta says that Ares has been destroyed. The rest goes just like in the movie up until they reach USA. Show them at the airport, and Diana finds all these new things weird and is clueless. She's also shocked at how fast the airplane was. Show that they were followed by someone mysterious. They get to Washington and things go just like in the movie. Update World War I talks to Bialya and Kurak. The US doesn't want to stand by and watch the conflict escalate and turn into another world war, so they want to stop both nations from becoming too powerful. Diana questions their motive for doing this, and she's dismissed. Diana says that they shouldn't get involved if their intention is to keep everyone weak and themselves strong. Steve escorts her out of the room. Have things go just like the actual movie, even when it comes to recruiting the team and why they're doing it. Just recontextualize it to Kurak instead of Germany. The team travels to Bialya and things go just like in the movie there as well, except instead of trenches and no man's land, we just have an area of intense fighting where the middle ground is key and unprotected, making it hard for either side to gain more ground. So yeah, a lot like no man's land, but technically not. Diana leads the charge and we have an awesome moment, a lot like the no man's land scene in the actual movie. Things keep going just like the movie. Have the same scenes go on with Ludendorff and Dr. Poison as well, but rename Ludendorff to Ali Sheikh and cast an Arab actor like Syed Badreya. Keep all his scenes the same way and have him be obsessed with Greek mythology. Have him mention Greek gods all the time. Keep all the scenes the same and recontextualize them with current weapons and technology and the like. The town that the good guys liberate is a Kuraki town, and Diana's worldview starts to get a bit blurred when she finds that she just saved people that she thought she was fighting against. When the infiltration mission comes along, have Steve impersonate with a Bialyan accent to get into the ball, and Diana speaks to Ali Sheikh and continuously talks about Greek gods. Things go just like in the movie during all of that, and when they get out, they find that the village that they liberated was destroyed by Bialyans, and Diana is left in disbelief. The events of the movie continue until the last fight, in which Diana fights Ali Sheikh and kills him. She finds that the war hasn't ended and people are still fighting. She starts to think that perhaps the war wasn't caused by Ares after all. She's then confronted by the real Ares, played by David Thewlis, just like in the movie. They fight, and Ares tells Diana that all he did was tell humanity what they could do, and that humanity chose to do what it did. Diana refused to believe it. Ares offers Diana a chance to join him in taking over Olympus. Diana says that it's impossible because the passages are sealed off from the human world. Ares tells her that there are ways unknown to even Zeus to get there. Diana refused. Ares asked her why he hated Zeus and wanted to conquer Olympus. She says that Ares was jealous of humanity. Ares says that it was more than that. He says that Zeus always favored humanity and kept them blind to the truth of their power and potential, and all Ares did was open their eyes. Humanity was greedy, just like Zeus once was, But what irritated him the most was when he fathered Diana with Hippolyta and wanted to crown her as the goddess of war. Diana was left confused because she didn't know that she existed when that happened. Ares told her that Hippolyta was his concubine once, and Zeus did all of that and wanted to give his daughter the title that he, Ares, had. Ares swore to show Zeus that his creations were flawed and that the only perfect thing was Diana and that she was better than him being Zeus. Ares asks Diana to join him one last time and Diana refuses once again. She attacks Ares and they fight once more. Steve dies by sacrificing himself in the plane, as the weapon that everyone was worried about was on its way to being dropped in Bialia. Diana eventually destroys Ares and the fighting still continues, but the battle is lost for the enemies there, and they're all killed. Diana remains with the revelation that perhaps Ares was right after all. Sometime later, she visits Washington and sees that Steve was given a Medal of Valor posthumously. She then walks away from everyone, including all the friends that she had made. She writes a letter, and we hear a voiceover saying that she now understands why Hippolyta feared for her venture to the outside world of man. That it's an ugly place, with a lot of grim realities that Paradise Island doesn't face. She says that she will not return to Themyscira until she can save the world from itself. She says that one day, all the wrongs will be righted. This letter was being written by her in a Kuraki house in a small town. The voiceover states that her first step will be to end this war between the two nations. And there you have it. This one was unusually short, of course, because, well, there wasn't much to say about this new version of Wonder Woman. I really liked the version that we got. I just had a few problems with it. I think everybody can agree that the mixed message in the end was a bit, well, we can say that it wasn't the best message that a movie like that could portray. It would have been better if it was left as humanity making the choice to be evil or just dark and follow through with the bad impulses instead of showing that Ares was actually the one directly responsible for World War I. But then again, I'm not the creative guy in charge of these things in WB. I'm just a fanboy who's trying to tell everyone how I would have done things. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. So just keep your eye on this page and we're going to see where the story leads to next. Enjoy your day.